All right, guys, we have Eric Reyzelman, right-handed pitcher, transfer from the University of San Francisco. As Coach alluded to earlier, he pitched in the Cape Cod League this summer and was named to the Cape Cod League All-Star team. So we will go ahead and open up to questions for Eric.
Yeah, hey Eric, this is Glenn West with LSU Country. Nice to meet you. I guess just to start off, just what drew you to LSU? I mean, what were those conversations like with Coach Johnson, and how comfortable was that decision for you to come here?
Yeah, Glenn, thanks for having me as well. And I mean, those conversations were obviously amazing because I did commit in a day. It didn't take much thought for me and my family. From the second I spoke to Coach Kelly on the phone, it was almost a done deal for me. I don't know what it was about the conversation we had and the way that he, verbalized the work that we would be doing and, what he thought he could do with me as a pitcher and with us as a team. But it was awesome. Right away, it was clear that him and Coach Johnson, had a vision, had a plan for the way they wanted this team to compete. And it was something that I was completely bought into right away.
Hi, Eric. I'm Leah. I'm from The Advocate. I was wondering, what made you decide to enter the transfer portal in the first place and kind of, your origin story?
Yeah, been in San Francisco for 2 years, and they were 2 years where I was able to learn a lot, have some good coaching, meet some great people, and experience Division I baseball. And over the 2 years, there were certain things where I decided that, it may not have been the best fit for me as a player and as a person. And so me and my family spoke, had a lot of good guidance from the people around me, and I was lucky too. And with the new one-time transfer rule, I was able to make that decision. And, I'm so happy for the way it turned out. 2 months here have been the best that I've spent in a long time. And I have fun and I look forward to going to the ballpark every day. So when you look back and try to evaluate a big decision like that, thinking that way makes me think that I made the right one, 100%.
Yeah, hey Eric. Obviously, when you hear the words Tommy John, especially for a pitcher, that could be quite scary. And just I guess talk about what that whole process was like for you, kind of working yourself back and just how you attacked, having to recover from such a serious surgery, and how you think it's helped mold you as a pitcher.
Yeah, I think that when a player hears they have to go into the knife for Tommy John for UCL reconstruction, it's immediately bad thoughts, and rightfully so. It's not an easy recovery process. It's tough on the body. It's tough on the mind. But something that I realized going through it was that it gives you a completely different perspective on the game of baseball, how hard you work in the game of baseball, and why you play it. And, going through the recovery for a year, I was able to understand things that I wasn't before. Gave me a different sense of maturity. It almost built up a little ounce of work ethic every day that I wasn't able to do what the other guys could. Seeing guys on the mound, seeing guys throwing the baseball, it's not easy to see when you're on the sidelines. So every single time that I saw someone doing something that, I wanted to, and I knew that I had the ability to, it kind of instilled a sense of, okay, like I'm going to do absolutely everything I can to come back and be able to do that and be able to do it to the best of my ability. So after, the recovery was done, and it's still, it's still going on. I'm at about a year and a half, and learning new things, about pitching, about, just the game still. So it really is a different perspective. And I think for guys that have to go through it, it's important not just to see the negatives and to open your eyes up to what, type of pitcher you could be after.
Yeah, so my natural follow-up to that was just, when did you start to feel like yourself? But I mean, it sounds like it's still like an ongoing process. But do you feel like you're kind of close to 100%? Just like where do you feel like your arm is in terms of just feeling like your old self again?
Oh, I feel amazing. I think I feel better than my old self by a lot. And I think that mentally, I have taken a different different approach and a bigger step, and am able to compete in a different way than I did before. It's not just throwing the ball, it's the different aspects of pitching, right? Throwing and pitching, I think, are two really different things. And so far being here, Coach Kelly has been able to teach me a lot of that, and excited about, the next 8-9 months we have together.
Hi, Eric. So I was scrolling through your Instagram profile and I noticed that you have this Hebrew saying that's Yiyeh Beseder, which means like whatever will be, it'll get okay. I'm Jewish, so I'm kind of familiar with the saying. I was wondering, is that something is that like a mantra that has kind of anchored you during this recovery time? And like what has really kind of got you through such a brutal surgery?
Yeah, absolutely. That it is something that, I thought about a lot, and a saying that I think makes sense to me in every aspect, baseball, life, through Tommy John. And it's that kind of me knowing that, if you're able to put in the work and you have the right people around you, you have to know that everything's going to be all right. And I think that it's an amazing way to go about each day, and rewarding when you see the benefits.
How did you come familiar with the saying? Like, did someone bring it up to you?
No, I actually, I saw it. I forgot where I did see it. Might've been on social media, and I saw it and I just decided to use it myself. So yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you spent the last couple of years in San Francisco, and I'm just wondering what the transition, I guess, to Baton Rouge and the South has been like for you, and how you've enjoyed it, and then also just your teammates, how have they kind of welcomed you, over the last couple of months?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. The people here, it's different. I think the second that me and my parents' plane landed when I got here, it was my first time stepping foot in the South, in any place. And we were greeted, with open arms by the coaches, by teammates. The first day I was here, everyone trying to introduce themselves, making me feel comfortable with, what we do here. And it's really great. The staff, from Coach Johnson, JK, Coach Fitz, everyone brings something amazing to the table, and to be able to, understand everyone as people and see how much they want us to get better, how much they want us to improve. And, with the team and the guys, you can't say there's been one guy who's had any sort of negative energy towards anyone. It's been amazing. And for everyone to understand what we want to build and what we want to achieve this year, and be on the same page this early, it's really cool to see.
I was reading a story and I saw that you worked with Dave Coggin this summer, and I was wondering, or was it last summer? I can't remember. What you worked on with him and what you learned from that experience.
Yeah. So I worked with Dave this past summer before I went out to play summer ball, and he's such a knowledgeable person about the art of pitching itself, and was able to kind of slow me down when I wasn't sure the direction in which my my arm, my health, my my future in baseball was headed. It was before I was in the transfer portal, and then I was there for a little bit during the time I was in the transfer portal, and the guidance and work and time that he put in with me was amazing, and it's helped me advance to the point where I think that going forward, I'll be able to use that to come back stronger.
All right. Anyone else for Eric?
Thank you.
All right, guys, that concludes the baseball Zoom today. I believe women's basketball has a Zoom coming up next, if you guys want to jump on that one. And I believe men's basketball is later, and then of course Coach O tonight. So hope you guys find this helpful, and we will stay in touch.